So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy Ellen. I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel, man. Salute. So today we about to check out. Y'all know I gotta get my National Geographic on, bro. That's just me. You know what I mean? And what's crazy about it is, right? Like back in the day, I was the kid that was always on the go outside amongst nature. But now that I'm inside, a little more chill and laid back, this is how I get my nature fix. So watching things like this, checking out different videos, learning about different species and stuff like that, that's how I get it in nowadays. So today we checking out the saddest migration in history. Now, when it comes to animals and different species, we know different things causes them to have to move, relocate, switch it up. Lack of food. Their environment can become, or their habitat can become dangerous, weather, climate, different things like that. People is one of the biggest dangers to humans, are a big danger to animals. So different things like that causes these animals to have to, relocate, move, figure it out, adapt. And it's crazy, because they always point the finger at us, and a lot of times it is us causing their habitats to change. So we're gonna check this video out, man. You're gonna look up some animal, gonna have his suitcase at your house, like, yo, you messed up my spot. Now I'm moving in. I'm moving in your spot. That's they gonna show up with their bags and their family, their cubs, or whatever they type of species it is. They gonna be moving in with you. What's for dinner? But we're gonna check this video out, man. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, man. I hope everybody's being safe, you know what I mean? And try not to digest so much news. All right, so let's get to the video. Here we go. Oh.
Every day, animals fight against the forces of nature. They adapt to the climate, learn to disguise themselves, get used to dangers, and learn to be faster and bolder. But sometimes, the struggle for their lives brings them to their death.
Wow, that was a sad intro. Why he had to drop us off a cliff at the end like that? Dang, bro, people that be narrating these things sometimes, I think they just get off on making us sad.
The first thing you think of when it comes to animals trying to protect themselves is, of course, threats coming from other animals. The vast majority of living creatures are constantly preyed on, so they have to adapt. I think I mentioned how zebras use their stripes to confuse predators. Some scientists suggest it works when zebras move in herds. Imagine something covered with vertical stripes moving very quickly in front of you. Of course you'll feel dizzy, even if you're not a lion. To learn more about the defense strategies of animals...
Okay, was that needed? That was completely just random. That wasn't needed.
Steve watched a cool documentary, Defenses, on Magellan TV. Mimicry, toads with poisonous skin, zebras with stripes, powerful jaws of hyenas, and... Hold on, I wanted to give you a summary, but then I thought it'd be better if you just saw it with your own eyes. All the defense strategies in the animal world and all the most exciting stuff that can be found only in the animal arms race is featured in a 26-minute video. Amazing footage in 4K quality, no ads. Seriously, at some point I was so captivated I forgot I actually had some research to do. You can watch the Defenses documentary and many others for free. You'll find a link for a 1-month free trial in the description below. And yes, Magellan TV offers scientific content on...
I was gonna say, what is that? I thought that was part of the video.
Oh well, I guess I need to get back to my video. Let's focus on what animals can do to survive in the wild. I have a scene for you showing how brutal this struggle can be. Serengeti National Park. Many wildebeest see a thunderstorm on the horizon and go towards it, knowing that the grass they eat grows after the rain. They're driven by such a...
Yo, that's how we be in the house when that thunder hit like that. Who else get that face? Yo, that was priceless though, bro.
Grows after the rain.
Oh, and don't let you be in the shower. Whew. Bro, you almost break your neck trying to get out the shower, fam. That thunder hit. What?
They're driven by such a strong instinct to follow the rains, they're ready to overcome any obstacle, even the Mara River. It's the most dangerous obstacle. This river flows through Kenya and Tanzania, and according to eyewitnesses, it doesn't look very impressive. About 131 feet wide, brown, and muddy. Not the place you'd call the river of life and death. However, some 1.2 million wildebeest cross the Mara on their annual migration following the rains, and an average of 6,250 animals drown or are trampled during the crossing. Just think about it. More than 6,000 animals every year. That's the equivalent biomass of 10 blue whales dropped in a river. Sometimes the death toll is even greater. In 2007, 10,000 dead wildebeest were reported. Let me remind you, the river's not wide enough to cause so many casualties. Maybe the wildebeest should take turns diving into the water, and this would help. Well, they don't.
Gators.
A huge number of animals gather on the shore.
Gators probably in there just waiting on them, sitting up under the water, seeing them coming from afar, smell them coming or something. It's probably gators.
Before plunging into the water, as if they're waiting for a green light and don't even know what awaits them. This, by the way, happens not only to wildebeests, they're accompanied by zebras, and they help each other during this journey. But their collective mind is not enough to save them from the river of death. As soon as the animals plunge into the water, as if on command, a terrible stampede ensues. Even at this stage, hundreds of wildebeest are dying. But the most difficult part is just ahead. The first challenge the animals have to overcome is a strong current. Over the past 3 years, water levels in the Mara River have been running dangerously high, in part due to deforestation in the watershed.
That's crazy to know a lot of people or a lot of us ain't gonna make it getting across this thing. It's like imagine that as a group of people. We're standing there and we know, okay, some of us are not gonna make it. The current may get us and whatever else he about to tell us. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yes, wildebeest can swim, but not everyone has enough strength to fight the river. Many are simply taken downstream, and an unequal battle with the swift current claims the lives of thousands of animals. Aside from the strong current, the river's full of other dangers. Crocodiles. They're always lurking around.
I'm saying gator, but crocodiles. That's what I was thinking.
When the wildebeest plunge into the water, waiting for the perfect moment to attack. Mara is actually known for its ferocious predators, and for crocodiles, the migration period is like a lunch buffet delivered right to you. Of course, they have to watch out for the hooves, but when so much prey gets into the river at the same time, I don't think it's possible to stay hungry here. Just turn your head and bite whoever's closer. The next problem the wildebeest have to deal with is the wrong direction. I've already mentioned the migration of 2007 when 10,000 wildebeest died. Many suffered that day only because they started to cross the river in the wrong place. If you think that wildebeest choose the safest proven route every year, then they don't have any plan. No one knows.
See, you do all that, face all that danger to get on the other side and realize my GPS is wrong. We went the wrong way. What? Man. So somebody got to go back in that water. Ain't me. We're going to figure it out. We just lost.
Why the animals choose a.
We just lost probably about 10 of our cousins in that water. And this the wrong way? Nah.
Specific place to cross to the other side, there will never be any logic, or at least some understandable pattern behind this. The wildebeest just throw themselves into the water and then can't get out because the bank on the other side's too steep. They crush each other, and it's a terrible scene to watch. Nature doesn't go easy on them. Many wildebeest drown because they can't fight the current or can't get to the other bank. Some of them are killed by crocodiles, but even those who make it to the other side can't relax just yet because hungry lions and hyenas are expecting them.
Goodness gracious. Now you gotta get over there. Now you gotta try to dodge. Like, what type of life is that, man? Come on, man. The universe is just not kind to the wildebeest, bro. Like, fam, how?
Absent any other situation, the wildebeest would have time to escape. Moreover, there are many of them. Who wants to mess with such a huge herd? But the crossing takes too much strength from the animals, and dozens of wildebeest die, becoming prey to lions and hyenas. I find an eyewitness who saw the wildebeest climbing up the shore, then changing its mind and rushing into the water again. Maybe it spotted dangerous predators and decided it was safer to turn back? Spoiler, this went bad. Now imagine what it looks like, a river swirling with a huge number of wildebeests, crocodiles, lions, and hyenas that charge at them, and the incredible death toll. You remember this figure, right? 10,000 dead animals? Since we're talking about Africa, the carcasses quickly start to give off a putrid smell. And it's disgusting. If you've ever smelled it, you know what I'm talking about. If not, you're really lucky. The bloated, rotting carcasses of wildebeest fill the Mara River, and it's terrifying to watch. Some visitors to the Serengeti Park who come to watch the migration simply can't stand the smell and clutch handkerchief.
Like, people come out there to watch that. That's sick, fam. We was just talking the other day about how they were back in the day in some of those like stadiums, and was it the Romans? How they would gather and they be in that I can't even think of the name right now, but they be in there and they be fighting the animals and different things like that, the lions, and people would come to watch for enjoyment and stuff like that. Like, people are showing up to watch this migration and to watch these crocodiles or lions or hyenas take these. That's insane. Yo, football is not enough. Baseball, basketball, even golf is getting fun. Like, come on, there's other things to do.
To their faces. However, this doesn't stop people from taking pictures of dead animals. After all, this is what these wildlife fans come for. It's believed that wildebeest migration attracts about 300,000 tourists every year, and it's unlikely that these people have no clue what this wildebeest chase for rains is all about. While it's clear how people learn of the migration, they can find information on the internet, animals obviously have their own ways of getting the news. It's believed that vultures have such a keen sense of smell that they can smell carrion more than 0.9 miles away. Now, imagine how strong the River of Death smells if the vultures cover more than 60 miles to feast there. Or maybe they're getting some kind of notification. Actually, the smell probably isn't the most important thing here. Vultures often follow large herds of wildebeest because where there's a large herd, there will definitely be something to eat. That's how wildlife works. Somebody dies all the time. Moreover, the vultures seem to know not only where their
circle of life. Lion King taught us that.
Potential prey is, but also when they'll get a chance for dinner. They follow wildebeest herds during the dry season when the mortality rate is definitely higher. As for why they do it, I've already explained it earlier. Well, it's almost time. A bit more. That's it, let's fly. And I can guess what question came to your mind. In any case, I asked Steve right away, why not build bridges? Hell, a huge number of animals die every year. Isn't it high time people stepped in and helped? We're building bridges across highways to stop animals from dying after collisions with cars. Well, and save people from getting injured as well. Today, underpasses and overpasses for animals exist all over the world, and everyone uses them. Deer, elephants, bears, turtles, crabs, even salmon. How are wildebeests any different? Actually, they aren't. But unlike all animals that use bridges, migrating wildebeests are not threatened by people or their cars, but by nature itself. And if a large number of wildebeest stop dying...
I was just sitting there thinking, like, and then y'all go back and drink in the deadly water? You just sit there and just drink. I'm sitting there like, yo, he probably lurking and just easing over there. And all he got to do is just jump, open his mouth. He bound to grab one of them. Like, that's easy. Like he said, it's a buffet for these crocodiles. Up, hungry, up. They over there. They don't even know. They probably just laughing at them.
The consequences will be, let's say, quite nasty. The population of wildebeest and zebras, let me remind you, they also migrate at the same time, will rise, and with it, the number of diseases and genetic issues. Natural selection will stop working to a certain extent, the number of crocodiles and other scavengers will drop, because they'll have nothing to eat. But there will be more predators on the other side. A lot of prey will reach them. And although all of these seem like minor changes, they could lead to the collapse of the entire ecosystem of the national park. No matter how weird it may sound, but the death of thousands of wildebeest is a clever plan designed by nature itself. I called the Mara River the river of life and death for a reason, because dead animals really give life to the entire river. Crocodiles only eat a small fraction of the carcasses because, well, let's be honest, it'd take a lot of crocodiles to consume all the dead wildebeests. After the predators are no longer hungry, the forces of nature...
Look how many crocodiles there. They just sitting there. Like, they'll be here in a minute. You could almost set your watch by them. You know they coming. Like, fam.
come into play. The main contribution of drowned wildebeests to the ecosystem is their skeletons. Wildebeest bones take about 7 years to decompose, slowly leaching out phosphorus. This element is critical for the growth of plants and animals. Plus, these bones are a breeding ground for the slimy membrane of bacteria, which serves as food for fish. Well, of course, they also eat wildebeest meat, but this is obvious. So nature knows very well what it's doing when it kills so many wildebeests every year. They don't bother other animals, unlike hippos. Yes, hippos are also happy to eat wildebeest carcasses if they come across them, but that's not the point here. More than 4,000 hippos live in the Kenyan part of the Mara River. They all eat well, resulting in a lot of poop. Every day, about 19,000 pounds of hippo feces are washed into the river. When it rains, all this mass goes downstream and deprives the fish of oxygen.
So just understand, if y'all ever walking by a river or something, you know what I mean? Especially this one, don't be so thirsty that you do this and you drink some of the water. You're done. You're done.
Yeah, fish actually die because hippos have very active digestion.
Goodness.
I could never expect that I'd come across such a scientific article one day, but that's a story for another time. If you're interested, I'll tell it someday. See you later.
Wow. Wow. You got the vultures, they sit around and wait on the wildebeest. Crocodiles, they sit around and wait on the wildebeest. Lions, hyenas, they just sit around and wait. How easy is it for you to just wait and know your food is eventually gonna come right to you? I ain't gotta work for it. I ain't gotta hunt. I ain't gotta scavenge. I ain't gotta nothing. I just gotta sit here and be patient. It'll be here. And it's gonna be a lot. We all gonna eat. Like, that is insane. I've never seen nothing like that. Wow, man. Yeah, this is definitely, I see now why they named it the saddest migration in history. Like, man, wow. That's devastating, man. So, y'all get at me in the comment section, man. Let me know. Had y'all heard about this before? Let me know. Let me know. And how did you feel about that or hearing about that? All right, and stick around and stay tuned, man. Till next reaction, I'm gone. Peace.